Attendees are joining. It may take a few seconds for everybody to get in, but
James, I'm not if I need controls. Sorry. Would probably help.
Stephen, I believe everybody's joined for the most part. So.
All right. Welcome, everybody. My name is Steve Lai, the manager over the Daily Division for the Office of Energy Infrastructure Safety. Today, we're doing our public meeting on the adoption of the Energy Safety GIS Data Reporting Standard Guidelines. Would you like to say anything? Our agenda today, quick introductions, public comment, any presentation of any significant changes to the standard, and then the adoption and close of the meeting.
I'm Melissa Semser, Deputy Director of Energy Safety. I'm just going to note we have 45 minutes, I believe, for the public comment, but if we don't need to take that entire time, we won't. We'll just move along to the next portion of the agenda.
Thank you. Kind of a quick introduction on the GIS data reporting standard. This is a document we've had in effect for kind of since mid 2020. There's been a few iterations of these. This current version, which we call 2.2, has been in effect since the beginning of the year. What we're doing now is making these into guidelines, and so this is what this meeting is about. So we're basically taking the standard we have developed before that is currently in effect and making it a guideline. With that, we will open it up for any public comments. Do we have any public comments? Can folks raise their hand if you have a comment or like to give a comment?
There are no hands raised currently. And just a reminder, if you called in, you press #2 to raise your hand within the Zoom, and we can unmute you. But currently, there's no hands raised, Stephen.
We'll give folks a few more minutes. Okay, do we have any raised hands or anybody who has on the phone line that would like to comment?
Still no hands raised currently.
All right. If there are no comments, then we will move forward to any significant changes. Again, there are none. There were some clerical errors we found with some of the field names in the document and the geodatabase that accompanies the document. But they're not significant. They're just aligning the field names to correct some clerical issues, as in some typos that were in. Other than that, there's nothing significant from a data schema perspective. And with that, we'll do the adoption and close portion.
It's up here. Okay. So as Stephen said, the data schema to date, the data standard has been out that the utilities have been required to follow or have been asked to follow, but have not yet been adopted as guidelines, and therefore haven't had the force and effect of guidelines as covered in energy safety's guiding statutes. So the purpose of this meeting is to then take the GIS data standard version 2.2 guidelines, the GIS data standard version 2.2 and adopt them officially as guidelines. Pursuant to the government code that governs, which is government code 15475.6, energy safety issued 10 days notice of this public meeting and also took public comments, a 30-day public comment period. As Stephen mentioned, some comments were received. Those comments were considered. Some clerical changes were made, but no substantive changes were made since issuance of the draft guidelines more than 30 days ago. So given that, the 2022 final GIS data standard version 2.2 guidelines are hereby adopted. A clean version of the final guidelines will be posted to the website and also to Energy Safety's docket card. I believe the data docket card, 2022 data, is that?
Yeah. So there's a data case, there's a card for the 2022 GIS data reporting standards. Okay, so to the 2022 GIS data reporting standards by the end of the day today, June 13th. And with that, we will adjourn this public meeting. Thank you. Thank you all.